You've been given one life, and the clock is ticking, not tomorrow, not next week, right now. The moment you opened your eyes this morning, time started counting down, and the thing is, you don't know how much of it you've got left. That's the harsh truth most people try to ignore. But if you're serious about greatness, if you're serious about change, you can't afford to ignore it. Time is the most valuable resource you'll ever have, and once it's gone for good. You can't rewind it, you can't pause it, and you can't buy more of it. So the question is, what are you doing with your time? See, some of you are wasting it like it's unlimited. You're scrolling endlessly, watching other people live their dreams while yours sit on a shelf collecting dust. You keep saying someday, like that day is guaranteed, but someday is not a day on the calendar. Someday is the excuse you use to avoid facing your fear. Someday is the lie you tell yourself, so you can feel okay with doing nothing today. But life doesn't slow down while you make up your mind. It doesn't wait for you to get ready. It doesn't ask for your permission to keep moving. And while you're hesitating, while you're stuck in your head, time is moving forward, whether you're using it or not. You've got to wake up to the reality that time is not your friend if you don't respect it. Time is ruthless when you ignore it. It'll take your dreams, your goals, your relationships, and your potential, and leave you with nothing but regrets. People say time heals everything, but that's only if you do the work. Otherwise, time becomes the enemy of progress. You can't keep saying, "I'll do it later," when later isn't promised. You can't keep putting off your calling, your growth, your greatness because you think you have more time than you do. Look around, life is short. People are leaving this world every day without warning. Don't think just because you're breathing today that tomorrow is guaranteed. It's not about scaring you. It's about waking you up. Because when you understand that your time is limited, you move differently. You stop wasting it on people who drain you. You stop giving it away to distractions. You stop spending it on things that don't feed your purpose. You start investing it in what matters. You start aligning it with your mission. Winners don't waste time. They guard it like treasure because they know it's the one thing they can't get back. That's why they don't hit snooze. That's why they don't make excuses. That's why they get up when it's hard, when it's dark, when no one's clapping, when no one's watching. Because they know every minute counts. They know a wasted hour is a missed opportunity. Every day you wake up with breath in your lungs is a gift, and what you do with it is your gift back to the world. So if your life isn't where you want it to be right now, don't blame time. Blame how you've been using it. And the beautiful part is you can change that. You can decide today, this moment, that from now on, your time will serve your purpose. No more wasting it on doubt. No more spending it on fear. No more giving it away to things that won't matter 5 years from now. Use it to build. Use it to grow. Use it to become everything you were born to be. You don't have to do it all in one day. You just have to stop doing nothing. Progress is power. And power comes from consistent use of time with purpose. You don't need perfect conditions. You need disciplined focus. When you treat your time like it matters, you start to matter. You become intentional, strategic, driven. You stop moving through life on autopilot and start showing up like your time is worth something. Because it is. And here's the truth. The difference between winners and everyone else isn't talent. It's not resources. It's not luck. It's how they use their time. While others are sleeping, they're grinding. While others are talking, they're executing. While others are comfortable, they're pushing themselves. They understand that how you use your time determines your outcome. It shapes your mindset. It builds your legacy. So from this day forward, I want you to respect your time like your life depends on it. Because it does. Every second is a seed. Plant wisely. Every minute is a decision. Choose intentionally. Every hour is a building block. Stack with purpose. You've got goals, dreams, a calling. Don't insult them by giving your time to things that don't move you closer. This life is short, but it's also powerful if you choose to use it right. So rise up, look at the clock, it's ticking. What you do next defines everything. Most people are living like they've got 1,000 years left, like they've got all the time in the world to get it together. But let me tell you something, life doesn't care about your excuses, your delays, or your fears. It's moving with or without you, and if you're not careful, you'll wake up one day wondering how so much time passed, and you've got nothing to show for it. Nothing real, nothing meaningful, because while you were thinking about doing it, someone else was doing it. While you were waiting for the right time, someone else was grinding through the wrong time, making it work anyway. And that's the difference. See, the danger of a long life is the illusion of time. The more time you think you have, the less urgent you feel. And without urgency, there is no hunger. Without hunger, there is no fire. And without fire, there is no movement. Some of you don't need more information, more motivation, or more support. You need more urgency. You need to start treating your life like it matters. Start treating your dreams like they're on a countdown. Because they are. You were not born to just exist. You were born to impact, to contribute, to grow, to transform. And if you're not doing that, you're wasting your breath. Life is not about clocking in and clocking out, barely getting by, just doing enough to survive. That's not living. That's waiting to die. Real living starts when you get fed up with average, when you say, I've had enough of just making it. I've had enough of doubting myself. I've had enough of being comfortable with being uncomfortable. It starts when you decide you will no longer settle for less than what you were created for. But here's the truth. That decision can't be made tomorrow. It has to be made now, in this moment, because life only responds to action. Not intentions, not potential, not what you could do. Life rewards what you actually do. You don't get paid for ideas. You get paid for execution. You don't get results from thinking about it. You get results from showing up, day after day, hour after hour, grinding, pushing, fighting. No matter how tired, no matter how hard, no matter how far the finish line seems. And let me break this down. Nobody's coming to do it for you. Nobody's coming to save you, to fix your life, to hand you success. You've got to take that responsibility. You've got to own your results. If you're broke, own it. If you're unhappy, own it. If you're behind in life, own it. Because only what you own, you can change. But if you keep blaming other people, your past, your circumstances, you give away your power. You hand it over and say, here, control my future too. That's not what winners do. Winners reclaim their power. They say, yeah, I've been through some stuff, but I'm still here. I'm still breathing. And as long as I've got a heartbeat, I've got a chance to turn it all around. That's the mindset you need. A mindset that doesn't care how bad it's been, only how great it's going to get. A mindset that says, I'm not waiting on life to get better. I'm going to get better and life will follow. You don't need perfect circumstances. You need a perfect reason, and your reason has to be bigger than your excuses, bigger than your laziness, bigger than your pain, because let me tell you, life is going to test you. It's going to hit you hard. It's going to throw obstacles in your way that you never saw coming. But that's not the time to quit. That's not the time to fold. That's the time to rise. That's the time to prove that you've got something inside you that can't be broken. When life gets tough, the tough get focused. They don't panic. They prepare. They don't wish. They work. They don't talk. They execute because they understand the value of time. They know you can't afford to be casual with something that's running out. Every day is a new chance to shift your life, to break a habit, to start a discipline, to choose growth, but only if you take it seriously. Only if you stop making excuses and start making changes. So stop thinking you've got time. You don't. Stop waiting for motivation. Create it. Stop waiting for the perfect day. Make today the day, because once it's gone, you can't get it back. What are you going to do with what you have left? Waste it or work with it. Complain or commit. Sleep on it or build on it. This is your life, not a rehearsal, not a warm-up, the real thing. You've got to bring the energy, the urgency, the focus like your life depends on it. Because it does. Let the world watch you go from unsure to unstoppable, from hesitant to hungry, from sleeping on your potential to waking it up with fire. You don't need more time. You need to stop wasting the time you have. Because once you start using time the right way, life starts moving the right way. Most people fail to realize that the greatest asset they've been given isn't money, talent, or even connections. It's their ability to believe in what they can't see yet. That's the seed of every success story. Belief is what pushes you to keep going when there's no evidence it's going to work. Belief is what wakes you up early and keeps you grinding late when everyone else is sleeping. It's what separates the people who dream about winning from the ones who go out and make it happen. The difference between the successful and the forgotten isn't always talent, it's belief. See, most people don't fail because they're not capable. They fail because they quit too early, and they quit too early because deep down they never really believed they could pull it off. So the first moment something got hard, they doubted. The first moment they heard a no, they crumbled. The first moment someone laughed at their dream, they let that voice speak louder than their own. But the ones who win, they don't need outside applause to validate what they know inside. They don't need a crowd cheering for them to keep going. They've got belief on the inside that's louder than the noise on the outside. Belief is not about ignoring your obstacles. It's about seeing them clearly and still choosing to push through. When you believe in yourself, you stop waiting for permission. You stop asking for opinions. You stop letting fear write your story. You take the pen and you start writing your own future. Because belief isn't just something you feel, it's something you act on. Every time you wake up and pursue your vision, despite the fear, despite the struggle, despite the doubt, that's belief in motion. And that kind of belief will take you further than any external motivation ever will. Let's get this straight. Life doesn't hand out success to the most talented. It rewards the most consistent. And the fuel for consistency is belief. Talent might open the door, but belief keeps you walking through it even when it's dark. Even when you stumble, even when it feels like nothing is working, you keep going because you believe something great is on the other side of your effort, that your breakthrough is just past your breakdown, that the reward is waiting for the relentless. But belief also demands responsibility. Because when you believe in yourself, you stop blaming, you stop making excuses, you stop pointing fingers, you stop saying, if only I had more support, if only I had more time, if only someone helped me. No, you say, if it's going to happen, it's up to me. That's the power of belief. It shifts your mindset from victim to victor, from waiting for things to happen to making things happen. Understand this, you were not born with belief. You build it by keeping promises to yourself. You build it by doing what you said you were going to do long after the mood you said it in has left. You build it by showing up over and over, proving to yourself that you're not just a dreamer, you're a doer. Every time you show up for yourself, your belief grows. Every time you push through when it would be easier to quit, your belief grows, and that belief starts to become unshakable. But don't expect everyone to see what you see. Don't expect people to clap for you when you haven't won yet. Some people will never understand your dream because they don't have the courage to chase their own. That's not your problem. Your job is not to convince them. It's to convince yourself every single day. Speak life into your goals. Protect your energy. Be careful who you share your vision with. Some people are dream killers, and they don't even know it. You've got to be so locked in that their doubt doesn't shake your direction. And sometimes belief means starting before you're ready. Sometimes belief means taking the leap without seeing the landing. Sometimes belief means being your own hype man when nobody's watching. Because belief isn't flashy. It's not loud, it's quiet, it's in the work nobody sees, it's in the sacrifice nobody claps for. It's in the nights you stay up studying, training, building, while the world sleeps. That's where belief lives, in the grind. In the consistency, in the courage to keep going. So if you're out there waiting for someone to give you permission to go after what's yours, stop. You are the permission. If you're waiting for the fear to go away, stop. Go scared. If you're waiting until you feel ready, stop. Go now. You build belief in the process. And the more you move, the stronger it becomes. Stop trying to feel confident and start choosing to be committed. Belief isn't something you sit around hoping for. It's something you earn through action, through discipline, through daily effort. You don't find belief, you build it, one rep at a time, one step at a time, one day at a time. And when you do that long enough, belief becomes identity. You stop saying, I hope I can, and start saying, I know I will. You don't need a miracle. You don't need a magic moment. You need a decision. Decide today to believe in yourself so deeply, so fully, so relentlessly that quitting is no longer an option. Because when belief becomes who you are, the world has no choice but to make room for your greatness.